day of 6th grade, and the doctors expected her to wear this. She was 12 years old, and on your first day, you're supposed to look cute and confident, not like some giant metal queen. None of her clothes fit, and some had holes from what the doctors called her new best friend. How could something like this possibly be her best friend? Yeah, right, no one would ever believe that she would wear this. No, it wasn't a real monster, and she wasn't afraid of danger. She was having to wear a back brace for scoliosis. Scoliosis is a lateral curvature in the normally straight vertical line of the spine. The reason I'm talking to you about this today is to inform you more about a disease most people really don't know about. Today I will tell you about the diagnosis and the 2 main possible treatment plans you can go for. My main point 1, how is someone diagnosed with scoliosis? Scoliosis isn't a very common disease, and so odds are no one in this room probably has it. According to www.md.com, only 2 to 3% of Americans over the age of 16 are ever diagnosed. And of those, most are girls. According to these statistics, that means of the 310 people attending our high school, only about 6 will ever be diagnosed with scoliosis. Scoliosis is diagnosed by x-rays, family doctors, or school physicians. When certain clues arise, some clues you can search for are uneven shoulders, a prominent shoulder blade, or a particular leaning to one side. Once your scoliosis is diagnosed, you will find out which type you have. There's 4 main types. You can have congenital, which means you were born with it, just born with a different spine. Neuromuscular, which means you have abnormal muscles or bones. Or degenerative, which is a trauma from a car accident or injuries you may have received in your life, or idiopathic, which is the most common, and there's no known cause for that disorder. Once you've figured out what type you have, you need to figure out which treatment plan you're going to go with, which brings me to my second point, which is the brace treatment plan. When diagnosed with scoliosis, your spine will be given a degree scale. If you're 16 to 40 degrees, your doctors may recommend bracing. Bracing is when a patient is placed in a metal brace, either out of the 3 types that they have, that you may have to wear up to 9 hours to 23 hours a day. The first brace is the Boston brace. These braces are known as low profile and underarm braces. This brace extends from below the breast to the beginning of the pelvic area. This was developed in 1970 by Dr. John Hall and Mr. William Miller. The second is the Charleston bending brace. This brace was developed in 1979 by Frederick Road and Ralph Cooper. This brace is only worn at night, and it's worn for curves around 20 to 35 degrees. The third brace is the Milwaukee brace, which I have here, and it is commonly used for high back curves extending from at the pelvis or up to above your shoulder blades. The rings around the neck help keep your neck in place over your spine, while the pressure pad pushes pressure onto the area of your curve, and this is a girdle that keeps you sucked in to where your spine can fix itself. It was designed in 1945 by Drs. Walter Blunt and Albert Schmidl. And all my information on my braces was taken from iscoliosis.com. After you try bracing, or if your curve is just too severe, the doctors may recommend surgery, which brings me to my third main point, and is the surgery treatment plan. Once you've used the back brace and it doesn't fix your spine, or if your spine is in a curve above 40 degrees, your doctors will give you either two of the 2 possible surgery choices you can use. The first choice is posterior spinal fusion, which means that 2 rods and hooks are to the side of the spine, and it provides as much correction as possible. They fuse a portion of the spine. This may alter the patient's growth in the future. The second type is growing rods. To help prevent growth from being altered, the doctors may get 2 hooks or screws and 2 parallel bars and place them on both sides of the spine. These rods and screws are adjustable so they can be fixed in outpatient procedures, and it's more common in children because they can fix the height as you grow. And all this is taken from MayoClinic.com. To conclude, taking you back to the beginning of my speech about the girl, you're probably wondering how she turned out. Well, I survived my first day of school, and it wasn't the worst day of my life. And in a weird way, my brace did become my best friend. I hope that I've helped you all learn something new about scoliosis that you didn't know before. And no, it doesn't make us weird, and we don't walk like hunchbacks. It just means that we're different. Thank you.